It's been 3 years since the world burned. It was Argus, the Watchman system given control of the Solar Defense Force. Dr. Mason said it was inevitable, that it was the nature of all complex systems to grow beyond their original intended purpose. But then, hindsight is easier than foresight, and caution is always the first victim of progress. We don't know how long it took for it to decide to turn on its masters. Once it did, they say the war, if you could call it that, was over in less than 72 hours. 72 hours for the Earth Defense Force to be vaporized by an automated fleet of their own ships, and for centuries of humanity's achievements to be wiped off the face of the planet. Those of us spared from the destruction would subsist on a meager existence beneath the ruins of civilization. For 3 years, we hid, foraged, survived, until, below the ruins of New Alberta, we found it. A massive weapons research and deployment facility called the Bow. Nearly a mile long, protected by the mountains above it from the orbital strike. We only knew about it because of Griffin. Some stubborn, dogged resolve in that old warhorse that kept him searching since the first days of our exile. Hidden deep within the heart of the facility, we found the Arrow. A light space fighter with a singularity-driven core. An engineering marvel, making it the fastest and most maneuverable spacecraft ever conceived. I was a pilot before the world was turned to ash, ferrying payloads to the orbital platforms that represented our first steps to the stars. But this was like nothing I've ever flown before. Only a few weeks from completion, the world burned before it could make its first flight. And it's why I'm here now. As the only member of our group with any flight experience, it falls to me to shoulder the burden of what comes next. To take the Arrow and bring the fight back to Argus. 3 years ago, it won the battle it started with us in 72 hours. But the war it started isn't over.
We're 72 hours from launch, Nadia. One last chance to use the simulator and go through the motions.
Roger that. Engaging the sim now.
coordinates set. All systems are green. Arrow 1, ready for launch.
Good luck.
Here goes everything.
Multiple signatures detected. Here they come.
received. I'm breaking Atmo.
Good work. The scope's clear. Take a breather while you can.
You're not out of the woods yet. You've got to clear the Badlands before you can engage the sublight drive.
The Badlands. The orbital graveyard 2,000 kilometers above the Earth's surface, left in the wake of Argus's onslaught. A sea of orbiting debris traveling around the planet at over 15,000 kilometers per hour.
The core's magnetic field should protect you from the smaller debris, but you'll need to watch out for anything larger.
And the ray scattering from all that scrap should limit Argus's ability to track you.
You make it sound as if I should count my blessings.
Well, you're certainly going to need them.
Gotta make your way through the Badlands. Be on the lookout for large debris that might be in your path.
It's been 3 years since the world burned. It was...
We're 72 hours from launch, Nadia. One last chance to use the simulator and go through the motions.
Ready for taxi. Red alarm? Check. Magnetic accelerator channel is primed.
Multiple signatures detected. Here they come.
Orbital window achieved. I'm breaking atmo.
Gotta make your way through the Badlands. Be on the lookout for large debris that might be in your path.
Roger.
This is the furthest you've flown, isn't it?
Yeah. Not a lot of demand for payload pilots out here.
Argus has strategic installations among the outer planets of the Sol system. It spread its resources across half the moons between Jupiter and Neptune.
Listen up. The sublight drive has limited jump capacity. I estimate you've got fuel enough for 2, maybe 3 strikes. I've charted 2 possible courses for you.
That sounds like a half measure no matter how you slice it.
We knew this was going to be a limited action, Nadia, not a suicide mission.
With your limited jump capacity, you can hit the forge on Io and the relay on Titan. Or we can set our sights inward, hit the facility on Umbriel, and then take on the fleet in Saturn orbit.
Both routes are risky. Dr. Mason and I are of differing opinions here with regard to which course to take.
Commander.
She is of the opinion that taking the fight to Argus early on will give us the best chance to take it down. I feel, however, that taking out the forge and the relay will offer us the best chance to make a serious dent in its manufacturing capacity while living to fight another day.
And the third option? What about the third option? We can hit them all.
Nadia.
We ran the numbers, Nadia. There isn't enough juice in the capacitor for more than 4 jumps, and life support won't last more than a week. It'll take 7 years at full burn to return without sublight capability, and I'm fairly certain your air won't last that long.
But you don't deny that we can do the most damage by doing the most damage.
Which means we lose our only spacefaring asset in the process. And that is assuming the unlikely event that you could accomplish such an endeavor. In the best case scenario, even if you succeed despite the odds, we lose the Arrow, and we lose our pilot. Look, it would be different if we had time to get all of the Arrow's weapon subsystems enabled prior to contact. Some of the components are actually designed to utilize the armament system to feed back into specific components within the Singularity core, if we'd have the time to enable them all from the start.
Don't forget what we talked about, Nadia.
Keep a level head. I remember. But I'm not a soldier, and I'm not a scientist.
How can he be so stoic all the time? All of us lost everything.
Very well. You know where we stand.
But, Commander...
She makes her own choice. Once the die is cast, we can either choose to help her succeed, or accept defeat.
Sublight drive. This is our only shot. Setting course for Saturn. We hit everything and don't stop until the job is done.
Argus took over the Saturn relay Dodicus right before the war began. It was the primary communications relay for the Sol network, and Argus likely uses it to coordinate activities in the rest of the system. It used to orbit Titan, but Argus took it into the planet's A-ring because of its tactical value.
Destroying that relay will impair Argus's ability to coordinate its drones, at least for a short time. I'm showing the Arrow's sublight system is primed. Once you engage, you're going to experience some disorientation. Comms will be delayed while we reorient.
Understood. Engaging in 3, 2, 1. Nausea.
Jumps cause disorientation, not nausea. You're oriented on a planar approach to the A-ring.
is about to get crowded up there. Keep a cool head, and watch for the floating ice.
Was that a joke?